Hello, guys, and today I'm going to be ranking AFL coaches on their pressure rating coming into 2024. So, S means they're pretty clear, B probably means they're safe, just safe, but if they have a poor season this year, next year will be big year. C means if they have a bad year, they're gone. And D means they need to have a good year. Let's start with Luke Beveridge. I'm putting him in C. He needs to have a good year. The Bulldogs have just missed out on finals for the last couple of years now, or just made it. And like last year, all they needed to do was beat West Coast. So they definitely should have made finals there. So I reckon he's a C, to be honest. Brad Scott. He second year of coaching last year. Essendon looks like they could make finals, then fell off at the end. I feel like if Essendon miss finals again, he will be safe, but he's probably a B because they've been through a rebuild and they've got all the big names in, so they should be making finals. Chris Scott. Now, I'm contemplating whether this is a B or C because he won a premiership only 2 years ago, but Geelong are very old. Need some new young players. They're retirees. They haven't got much talent in the last couple of years because they just finished too high. So maybe if they need new players, they need a new coach. So I feel like if Catch finished like bottom 6 this year, I feel like he'll be safe, but he'd be on the edge. So I reckon I'll put him ahead of Brad Scott. Chris Fagan. Now I feel like he's an A. They've just made a grand final. They're premiership favourites. They did lose by a point to Carlton at the Gabba, but that was just not that was just one game. They've been amazing the last couple of seasons, so surely he's an A. They would really need to have a couple of bad years. He's rebuilt them out of finishing like bottom 4 consistently to finishing top 2 consistently. Simon Goodwin. I reckon he's a C. Melbourne been out in straight sets the last couple of years. I reckon they could be looking for a new coach soon. Damien Hardwick, well, he's obviously got no pressure. Actually, he has got a bit of pressure. He's put on himself with the Suns making finals. But I feel like even if they finish bottom 13, he's not going to have an impact straight away. They'll take a few years to get to top 4 or wherever they want to be. So I'm putting him in A behind Chris Fagan. Ken Hinkley. Had a really good year last year, not a great year before that. I still feel like he's backed by Port Adelaide. He's probably in the B though, but he's still ahead of Chris Scott. Adam Kingsley had an amazing year last year, getting GWS to prelim finals, so I can't see him not being their coach next year. So I feel like I'm going to put him in S tier. Like, even if they finish wooden spoon, it's going to be hard to sack him. John Longmire. So, had a couple of off years with the Swans, but they still find a way to make finals, and they're looking good. They're looking pretty good again this year, already with wins over Melbourne and Collingwood, both top 4 last year. So I reckon I'm going to put him in the A tier behind Damien Hardwick. He's been their coach for a long time, but I feel like they can still win another premiership with him. Justin Longmuir. Now, I reckon he's in D. Fremantle had a really bad year last year. They're not expecting much more. I know he signed a 1-year contract extension, but the pressure rating is really on. So even though he's got a contract, they could still sack him. Craig McRae, he has to be top of the S tier. Although they're 0-2 in 2024, they've played 2 good sides, and he's just coming off a premiership, so I can't see him not coaching next year. Matthew Nicks. Crows look promising this year. But if they have a bad season and they're like bottom four, I could see him going. So I might put him behind Chris Scott. Ross Lyon, I feel like he's pretty safe after the Saints weren't expected to make the 8 this year. I mean last year, and they finished 6th. As in, the Saints again are expected to be around the 8, but if they have a really bad season, then Saints, with Brett Braddon, didn't. No one thought he deserved to be sacked, but he was sacked. So I'm going to put him at the bottom of the 8 here. Sam Mitchell, Hawks are looking pretty good for the next couple of years. Got amazing forward line, lots of young talent. So I'm probably going to put Sam Mitchell top of the B tier. He hasn't consolidated his position heaps, but he's looking good. Adam Simpson, he's got to be bottom of the D tier. I don't know how he's still coach of the Eagles. If they finish wooden spoon again this year, I feel like he's gone. Michael Voss, put him middle of the A tier. He's pretty good, as in Carter made a prelim, already 2-0 in 2024, so they're doing pretty well for themselves. If they have another good year, he's nearly S tier. Adam Uze, he's got no pressure, so I guess I'll put him top of the B tier. He could go down to D if he has a bad season, or he could go up to S if they make prelim. Alistair Clarkson, I'll put him bottom of the A tier. North Melbourne aren't really going to want to sack him given his calibre as a coach, even though they had an average season last year. He only coached like 12 games. He only coached half the season, and all 3 games that they won were in that half. So if you think of that, they could get 6 wins this year. So I feel like he's bottom of the A tier. They're rebuilding still, and he could still take them to a premiership. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching.